There's a herb that is widely used in Chinese medicine. It could really help your dog or cat. It's been widely studied for cancer, autoimmune disease, and natural antiviral. The name of the herb is Artemisin. These are the top 7 uses for dogs and cats.
Are you looking to learn more about natural pet health and wellness? You've come to the right place. Click the link to subscribe to Veterinary Secrets.
Hello, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, welcome. Click up there to subscribe, hit the bell to sign up for notifications, and when you click that link directly in the box below, I can send you a copy of my free book. I'm always on the lookout for new remedies. There's a specific drug widely used in Chinese medicine, which has since been widely studied, and many scientists are now coming to a big conclusion: it could really benefit our dogs and cats. The name of the herb is Artemisin, and it's a component that's derived from Artemisia annua. The plant, it's also known as sweet annie or sweet wormwood. It's a fern-like plant native to parts of temperate Asia, but it's also now found throughout parts of North America. In traditional Chinese medicine, it's been used for over 2,000 years to treat bleeding, fever, and malaria. But current scientific research, it started in this plant in 1970s, and what they found is it was especially effective against malaria, to the point now that it's widely recognized as a really important natural product that is effective against malaria. Malaria is caused by an unusual single-cell parasite called a plasmodium, but this guy, Artemisin, it's specifically effective against that parasite. Hence, we know one of its key big benefits is being antiparasitic. But what got me excited about it is its specific anti-cancer potential. And there are so many studies showing clear positive benefits of using the herb Artemisin and an array of different cancers. Point number 1, its anti-cancer properties. It actually is working in multiple different ways. One of the key ways, though, it can target those cells which are really high in iron. And in part, that's how it's killing malaria. It's targeting cells high in iron. Many of the cancer cells, they contain high levels of iron. When they react with this herb, these cells die. But it also is targeting cancer in multiple different ways. They actually claim it's multiple different pathways. So it can actually cause cancer cell death, apoptosis. It make it more difficult for the cancer cells to grow new blood vessels. Hence, that's why effective against one of the more common types of cancers we're seeing in our dogs, hemangiosarcoma. If you have a dog or cat that has cancer, specifically lymphosarcoma, hemangiosarcoma, you really want to be thinking about this herb, Artemisin. Number 2 is used to treat autoimmune disease. It's now been studied and shown to be effective against people with systemic lupus or SLE. Sweet annie is also now being studied for its benefits as being anti-allergy. We know that it's got this marked autoimmune response. It can modulate this overactive immune system, and that's ultimately the cause of our dogs that have environmental allergy or atopy. Sweet wormwood, it's a great option for dogs that have atopy. And if you have an animal that has autoimmune disease, such as lupus, such as immune-mediated polyarthritis or autoimmune hemolytic anemia, you want to be thinking about this sweet annie. Number 3, Artemisin, it's anti-inflammatory. A bunch of studies have shown clear benefits of using this herb, degenerative joint disease, or osteoarthritis. It's working in multiple different ways, but ultimately it's giving the result that we're looking for. Less inflammation, less pain. Your dog or cat is able to walk and they're happy again. Number 4, it's antiviral. It's got proven antiviral properties. It's been studied, shown to be effective against herpes disease. That's the most common cause of URT or upper respiratory tract infections in our cats. It's been studied and shown to be effective against the viral causes of hepatitis. If your dog or cat has a serious viral infection, we have very few good conventional options. You may want to be thinking about this, Artemisin. Number 5, antibacterial. The sweet annie has been shown to be effective against staph, against E. coli, against TB, even Helicobacter. Perhaps you have a dog that has chronic gastrointestinal upset. Your veterinarian has wondered, maybe your dog has an ulcer, or maybe you've tried medication, nothing else has worked. It's possible there's a Helicobacter. And if an antibiotic has not worked, you then may want to be thinking about using this drug, Artemisin. Number 6, some of the other parasites. There's lesser common parasites our dogs and cats can get that can be really difficult to treat. Toxoplasmosis, Cryptosporidium, Coccidia, Giardia, Babesia. Some of these are spread via the feces or other animals. Some are even spread via ticks. They can be difficult to diagnose. Some of the antiparasitics are pretty potent, can have some pretty serious side effects. Once again, artemisinin, we know it's a proven natural antiparasitic. That's why it's so effective against malaria. It's also shown to be effective against all those other different parasites I just discussed. So if your dog or a cat, they have chronic GI disorder, your veterinarian has wondered, maybe it's an unusual parasite, then consider trying artemisinin. That may be your solution. Then number 7, an organ dysfunction that is really challenging for us to treat. Artemisinin may be helpful for our dogs and cats that have kidney disease. We know that inflammation plays a key role in kidney disease. We know some of the secondary diseases, the autoimmune disease like lupus, it can result in protein damaging the kidneys. This can play a big role in reversing many of those changes. And then in fact, one recent paper specifically discussed the clear benefits of consider using this drug for many of these kidney diseases. So if you have a dog or cat with a kidney disease, especially if we're thinking that inflammation and protein is part of the role, then you may want to once again be thinking about using artemisinin. Artemisinin is generally well tolerated. There are a few side effects. Most common, if you're going to see anything, it's going to be GI, vomiting or diarrhea. There has been some case reports where it's affected the liver, but very, very uncommon. As you can see, there's a number of big benefits, a number of different conditions, how artemisinin can really help your dogs or cats. I personally think though that a big way to start, you have a dog or cat that has cancer, specifically a type of cancer where the cancer cells are higher in iron. You really want to seriously consider this herb, artemisinin. I know if I had a dog or cat that had cancer, I would 100% consider using artemisinin. What about the dose? Like how much do you give to your dog or cat? The dose ranges vary. There isn't a clear established guideline in terms of dosing our pets. We can extrapolate it back based on the human dose. So in general, for most of the studies, they're looking at doses of 100 to 200 milligrams per person. So that's going to equate back to about 1 milligram per pound once or twice daily. And if you're treating your dog or cat with cancer, you need to be treating for a full 30 days before you can assess whether or not it's being beneficial or not. This here, Artemisinin Pro, it's 100 milligram capsules. Tula, she's about 25 pounds. She'd be getting about a quarter of a capsule once a day. The capsules look like this, so you could just open it up, quarter it out, sprinkle it onto your dog's food or your cat's food. And as I said, Tula will be getting a quarter to this once a day. So that's dosing her at the 1 milligram per pound once daily for a full 30 days and then assessing. Is it helpful or is it not helpful? Thank you guys so much for watching this edition of Veterinary Secrets of Artemisinin for dogs and cats. Click up there to subscribe, hit the bell to sign up for notifications, and when you click that link directly in the box below, I can send you a copy of my free book. Poodle. Wow, Poodle. Poodle. Wow. Good girl.